Why did I take the board out? Well, because this house is 159 years old, and there wouldn't be anything straight in here if you tried. Okay. Okay, well, you go to the bathroom. Okay, so Homestead Acres is here. We're beginning our renovations. My flooring buddy there is coming shortly. And so right now I'm just working on the prep stages. I hope we get far enough to start laying the laminate today. But what we have here is, of course, built in 1850. Young by European standards, as I mentioned, and a few people, of course, told me that they live in houses that are quite older than this. Can't imagine how shifted they are, but then again, they may not get the frost that we do. So, there's a board, like there's a big beam here that is the main supporting beam of this house, and as you can see, this one is not milled, it was done by hand. This all would have been done by hand with one of those axes, a special axe, I forget the particular name of it. But over time, with this house shifting, because this is a main supporting beam, it tends to be a little higher than the other part, so it's created like this loop in the floor, and we're putting the boards this way, and there's just no way you can keep that, so I'm trying to eliminate that problem. So I've been ripping a few boards here where this is smooth and level, screwing that down, and we're going to patch this in with some thinner wood and try to level it off, and then I've got some subfloor to put in. I bought some 1/4 inch overlay, and hopefully it won't take too long after that. And of course, whenever you're doing a flooring job, I've already been taught this because I've learned a few things over the years myself from my friend here. You always got to screw down all the loose boards, you know, because that's where you get all your creaking from. He actually will walk around, if he hears a creak, you will keep screwing it until that creak goes away. So, that's just a little intro for you. Let you know what we're getting started with here, and hopefully when he gets here we'll have some more. My professional installer friend here is here. Say hello.
Hello.
Alright. He's already told me that I'm doing everything good so far, so that's a good sign. That means I'm actually learning as we go. So I've been patching in our hole that we had here, and the next step is going to be just finish screwing down any loose boards, and he's going to put what they call like a cement. What is the proper name for that cement?
Oh, like a leveler or a floor patch.
Okay, he's going to mix up some of that, and any of the small spots, once we've done screwing any loose boards, he's going to level off and smooth it out. And then we're going to do our underlay. It'll take about 45 minutes to dry, so we'll give you a little clip when we start that. Okay, so now we're doing the patch on the floor, and the purpose for this is to help level out any bumps that are in it to make a smoother finish. And you could just buy this stuff by the bag, and then you mix it with just water. And this way your subfloor will sit more evenly, and then you won't have that bounce as you're walking around or anything, floor shifting on you.
I'll have to talk to myself in further quantities.
Yeah.
There you go. See that height there?
Oh, I know. It's pathetic.
That's what I gotta fill right there.
The surface of the ocean, Tim, is smoother than the floor in this house. Okay.
I see that. Okay, I gotta get more water.
Okay.
I'm gonna need a bigger batch.
Right. So, I'm sure anybody that's owned a home has renovation stories to tell. The older the home, I'm convinced, the crazier the stories will be. So, if anybody cares to share, that'd be nice. You know, we could always read about any other. If anybody's ever been working on an old house and found things, you know, sometimes you hear the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
We found newspapers. I found newspapers back from the 50s stuffed inside the cracks in my barn, and I found newspapers from the 70s underneath some vinyl in our summer kitchen. And I was really hoping I'd see something older when I was ripping up some of these boards, but it's not. So, let me just get a little footage of you mixing this up here.
Okay, that dust you're breathing, don't breathe it.
Okay.
Okay. Silicosis. Good stuff.
As opposed to all the chemtrails we breathe in, right?
That's right, and all the barium inside of them.
Yeah.
By the way, I can go on about the fluoride thing too. I've been researching that lately.
Fluoride. I've heard stuff about
yeah.
that.
Fluoride is a byproduct of aluminum production and phosphate fertilizers. And it actually causes skeletal paralysis after 40 years of ingestion.
There you go. I'm 40 years old and I've been drinking fluoride for most of my life. Only recently, well, no, I had a water spring actually on my cabin, and then actually on the farm there was a water spring too, but before that I always had town water and they always put fluoride in it.
That's right.
We were told as kids it was for help our teeth.
Well, they still say that, except they're wrong. Look at that.
You're going to need that other cement, aren't you?
I don't know if I got enough to do this. Look.
Yeah.
Look at the height difference.
I know. It's pathetic. And I can see how you're going to have to actually fix that because the boards are going that way, right?
Yeah, we can't have that kind of a hump there. I'll make the rest of the patch anyway. I gotta make another one, obviously.
Okay. Keep in mind, my friend is actually a professional. He's been doing it for like 7 years. He's a supervisor where he works and he's in charge of the job site for flooring and that. So he actually knows what he's doing. I don't know, Tim, if I was doing this, I'd probably just I'd probably paint it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the better way.
The roller can go over that.
Yeah. Well, linoleum could go over this.
Linoleum? Yeah, yeah. Carpet, like we did do.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we had carpet we'd gotten from the dump. We went to the dump one day, and somebody had a big apartment building, and there was some water damage, and they were thrown out by the rolls, eh? So we threw as much as we could in the truck, because some of them were still great. There was nothing wrong with them. Matter of fact, I think only one roll had any water stains on it, so we brought it up here, and this when we first bought the house, and the laminate that was down here, vinyl or whatever that stuff was, asbestos, whatever you want to call it, you know, it was all, you know, bits and pieces and falling apart. So we just laid down some carpet in an afternoon, just, you know, temporary, nothing really, and it was great, you know. Actually, I still got some in the girls', one of the girls' bedrooms.
Oh yeah.
I still have a piece of it in there. So there he's just finishing up. There's some more patch.
Get this feathered out. Look at that. That's crazy. We need more.
Should I call the cement truck?
Yes.
We'll just run the whole chute up here, eh?
It's getting there now.
Yeah.
I just need about twice as much as I've made, that's all. So we might have to break into the
tile cement?
ceramic cement.
Ceramic.
Yeah. I got one more batch in here.
Okay. And this stuff will take about 45 minutes to dry. And then we're
As soon as it lying.
What's that?
It might take longer because it's so thick.
Yeah, well, that's alright. That just means we get to sit on the deck longer. And
become alcoholics. Well.
Maybe. Because it won't take long to actually do the vinyl here, or the laminate, will it?
Not this area.
Like an hour, maybe? An hour and a half?
Could be an hour and a half. The worst cuts will be around your railing and your doors.
Yeah.
I gotta be a little more precise, right?
Yeah. And by the way, if you're using any tools with this, you want to wash them off, because that stuff will stick pretty good. You know that stuff we used in my barn floor? It's still perfect.
That is this stuff.
Yeah, the patch that we did, we had extra that day.
It's like the forever patch.
Yeah, I put it in the barn and it's
I don't know if this is thick enough to... We might have to break out the other stuff.
Do you want me to go get it? That's almost watery.
Okay. Still water.
I'll go get it.